Hey yo, what up? Make myself just a teensy weensy bit louder. What's up, gangus? Where my real G's at? For real. Whew. Excuse me. Wait. What's going on? What time is it in UTC right now? Because I was just checking World Flipper. UTC time right now. Tonight. I think in 3 hours we got an update. Almost there, fellers. I have 50 pulls, not even in beads already. That's kind of crazy. How's everyone doing tonight? On God. Ratio. Bro, I literally was looking for my phone and then forgot it's literally in my hands. Literally. Why am I talking like this? What happened to me? It's a squirrel. What up? How are you, squirrel? How are you? What have you been up to, squirrel? How's it going? Hope you had a good weekend. We are continuing the game today. The story. I'm pretty sure it's over soon. We're pretty close to the ending. But that is what we'll be doing. Working out, yeah. We're doing good, squirrel. But yeah, what's up? Hello? Mod check? Can you hear me? Oh, mod check? Wait, my mic do be working. Hey. Is my skits acted up? Is this supposed to be silent? The stream is good on my end. Squirrel. I'm listening to the stream. I'm like, wait, I think I'm good. My tab is muted. It's all good. How you doing, squirrel? How was your weekend? What have you been up to? My tab is muted. It's all good. Everybody has those days and everybody makes mistakes. That's what I've learned in life. But today we're gonna be continuing the Shibuya Scramble. We're pretty close to the ending. I feel like either today or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow we'll finish. I'm good. Went on a little weekend trip to Wisconsin to see fish. Nice. When does their tour end? What's like the last location? How was it? You have fun? It ends next week in Colorado. Okay, are you going to Colorado? Are we going on a Colorado trip? What's happening next weekend? I am not going to Colorado. Okay, there it is. Whew. But yeah, for me, didn't do much for my weekend except chill. Honestly, it was one of those chill weekends again. I miss going to a concert. But it was fun. No more concerts planned for next few months. I mean, hearing it from you makes me miss kind of going to concerts, but I mean, I went clubbing again. I guess it's sort of similar, not really, but I mean, I want to go to a rave now. Have you ever been to a rave? Do you like electronic music? But yeah, I think I just enjoyed music and chilling or vibing. As you went clubbing? Yeah, I went on Friday. And I went to the same place that kicked me out. If you heard my initial story about me getting kicked out the other time. And you know what? We rebounded. I was wasted, but I remembered everything. I do like electronic music. Okay. Yeah, raves are fun. Do 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 do. I've been to an EDM concert but not a wave. I think I've been to like 2 to 3 in my life. It's very like, I feel like it's very like prevalent where I'm at too. But I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not that crazy about it. I like electronic music. I used to love electronic music like a decade ago, but no blackouts this weekend? Yeah, no blackouts. That's good. That's good though. We don't want that. We don't want that. No blacking out. Oh, you want to see me? I'm ugly. I'm ugly. No blacking out. I got the, what's it called? The anti-coordinated blue shirt and red pants type beat, type fit. Whoa. But I had fun. It was a good time. It was a great time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, surprisingly. Yeah, I think, you know what's funny? I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's in Michigan. But let me see. My friends are, I don't know if it's in Michigan. Wait, let me see, what's it called? Is it called North Coast Festival? I don't know. I think it might be Michigan, but they are going to Michigan for a rave. Which is crazy, because that's like kind of far from us, right? I don't know if this is it or not. That's kind of wild. I know. A little pricey, but they're going there because apparently they really like the lineup. Like it's one of those goated lineups on Labor Day weekend. Is it Michigan? Where is this? Is it Illinois? Where is this? I don't know. Oh no, it's somewhere. It's somewhere not close to the West Coast. That's all I know. But I ain't spending that kind of money. I don't care that much, I'll be honest. Anyways, so other than like what's it called? There's no more concerts for the month. You have anything big planned, or are we just chilling for now? I feel like you've had like a lot done over like the summer, right? It's kind of been all over the place. Your summer has been pretty eventful, huh? And you did it all on your own. Went to 11 shows in 2 months. It was kind of a lot. I mean, not even just 11 shows. Like, let's talk about how many states you went to. You know what Rover is? No. What is Rover? How many different states you went to? And just like traveled. Even if it was for maybe the shows, it, you know. Traveling's still traveling. Traveling. I need to stop scratching my leg. My leg had like these pox type things. But it's slowly disappearing. Might have been a little rash. This is that where you watch people's pets and get paid, so I'm gonna try starting them out. Okay. Yeah. Going camping Labor Day weekend. When is Labor Day weekend? I'm only asking because my job does not do any holiday whatsoever. We're open 24-hour or 7 days a fucking week. 365 days a year. September 5th. So any of those days where you get like, what's it called? Vacation? I don't get those. In a restaurant you work at? I work at a hot pot place. Pot. Doo. Which is ironic because I hate hot pot. Doo. Damn, they're dedicated. They're not dedicated. They're just trying to. It's like what's it? I mean, it's kind of like what's it called? They're just milking us, you know. They're exploiting us basically, but I don't care. I'll be honest, because my boss is pretty good at like handling scheduling. So if there's like a fucking, you know, Christmas or Halloween thing, or you know, any like event, usually you're able to get the day off usually. If not, I ain't just showing to work. What are they gonna do, fire me? Y'all need me. You know? I don't care. I'm gonna do my own thing. Good luck, bitches. And even if they do fire me, okay. I'm gonna move on to the next job. So, there's that. That's my logic. Dedicated to bag, yeah, dedicated to bag. Dedicated to the fucking bag. Anyways, you been playing any games lately, Squirrel? I'm about to get started on Shibuya, so as much as like, so I like this thing. I like talking to you guys, or like create, you know, just talking in between like what's it, this game, because I mean it's like some sort of interaction, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know what's going on. So talking or just like talking about random shit's more interesting. But can't do it too much at the end because I do want to push to finish this. Oh, I need to reset the game. Okay. Also, I would say this is a very fucking good story. Okay. Just plugging along at Phoenix Wright and dabbling in a bit of Far Cry 6. Ooh, Far Cry 6. What the fuck is this? The hell is that? I have my own the stream loading screen. So we are reaching very far in the end. We finished actually one storyline. That was weird. It was for my VTube avatar. Or PNG avatar. I don't like calling myself VTuber. I'm a PNG tuber. Because I'm a fucking PNG. I have to meet with a lady tomorrow about house sitting her doggos. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure that I'll get that bag. Don't be nervous. Confidence is key. Confidence is key, honestly. I feel like confidence goes a long way for a lot of things, but there's such thing as being overconfident. Overconfident to a fault. Yeah. Steve NorCal. Because that's where we were at. So Minorukawa is meeting up his editor somewhere. Somewhere. Because they need to talk about the scoop. The scoop a day. Dogen, huh? Elmo rumbled the words under his breath. What's the matter? Is there some problem with that? Ah, no. Alright, I'll meet you there. Over in Dogenzaka. The address is on the menu. Just dog watching, I've done that before. Yeah. I think like if it's like that interview thing or you're just what's it called? You're just showing her, you're basically reassuring her how well you are with like animals and you know, and just reassuring her that shit will be okay, right? So there's that. You know, I've always wanted to be like what's it called? Exactly. I've always wanted to be the interviewer, like the people that kind of, you know, that basically HR, or not HR. What's it called? It's not called recruiters. I want to be part of the hiring, you know, process. Same. I always thought it'd be cool, right? Because I asked. The thing is, yeah, it's a recruiter. I guess so. Because when I think of recruiter, I think of just people. I'm thinking in a sense where people find a, you know, like job recruiters, where people kind of just find jobs for you, and you just apply. I don't know. I'm thinking that sense. But yeah, I asked like 50 million questions anyways. I feel like I'd be good at it. No, alright. I'll meet you there. It's over in Dokenzaka and the address on the menu. And I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character. Hiring manager. Yeah, hiring manager. I think that's what it is. Part of the, I want to be part of the hiring process, you know what I mean? I think recruiter is something different. Like it's almost there, but it's not what, in technicality, it's not what, you know, we think it is. Even though it sounds like it. The address on the menu. He hung up and Minorukawa quickly gathered his belongings. Chiaki, how's the copy coming along? Well, almost done. Just a little more, I think. That's why I wanted to try to do HR, so I could, you know, get into that. Because I feel like they're very, like, tied together. Alright, bring your computer and come with me. Got the switchy, agreed. What's up, Rar? How's it going? How's your Monday? How's your Monday? Alright, bring your computer and come with me. I'll read over what you got so far. Norikawa waited as Chiaki got ready to head to the cafe. As the two were heading out to the office, however, out of the office, someone opened the door. Nice emote, agreed. Wait, what? We got 14 minutes and 50 seconds left to send press. 56, 55. Who's that? A slender man with a gaudy necktie entered the room and sat down at a desk, staring fixedly in his pocket watch. Damn, they're gonna introduce a new character at the end? Norikawa narrowed his eyes dubiously. Who the hell are you? Always make sure you show up 15 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Kinda dunny on this Monday, Sag. Why, what happened? Rough start to the week? I know a lot of people start school today. Or what high school is. I know Mashes. Always make sure to show up 15 minutes appointed time. That's just common decency. The man gave no indication he'd even heard of Minorikawa's question. I suppose I could wait here, he continued. Just run out of 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Mr. Mino, is this guy talking about our submission? Jackie stared doubtfully at the newcomer. Hey you, Minorikawa asked. Are you from the printer? But the man did not reply. Don't ignore me. Are you from the printer? Who are you? Where's my wife? So the man remained silent. Minoru was furious. Look, cut the crap. In response, the man quietly reached into his suit pocket and pulled out his business card. I'm him. I'm that guy. My name is not Hey You. He handed the card to Minoru and read, Cho Nippon, Printing. Kochiro Katayama, newly signed to Heaven Publishing. Pleasure to meet you. My predecessor is in the hospital due to a car accident. God damn it. This happened like a long ass time ago. You should make a complete recovery in about 2 months. Not a car accident. Car accidents are scary. Well, what are you doing here, Katayama? Minoru asked. I thought we had until 8 o'clock to complete proofreading. 8 o'clock? Surely you must be joking. Surely. Our company's proofing deadline is 5:30. Katayama stared fixedly back at Minoru. Now that had to be a joke. I heard from the editor-in-chief that it was 8 o'clock. I take that to mean then you don't have a copy for us? It's not that we don't have it. It's just not finished. Just hold on till 8. Katame raised an eyebrow. No. No. You don't do that. Publisher and printer needs to work in concert. Perhaps our predecessor was the sort to delay the proofing deadline owing to your circumstances here. But now I'm in charge. I did not make exceptions. The proofing deadline is 5:30 sharp. And I intend to keep it that way. Gosh. Well, we've been having discussion. You're down to 12 minutes and 32 seconds. Katayama held out his pocket watch as if to emphasize the point. That's ridiculous. Just who the hell do you think you are? I am. Anyone ever see that fucking bowling video where this guy pops off but in the like in the weirdest way? Where he just says the dumbest phrase. Who do you think you are? I am. You guys are going to be printing that paper that I wrote. Do you even know how lucky that makes you? Well, just wait, okay? Just give us until 8 o'clock. It was our original understanding. It was unfair to change it now. 8 o'clock, huh? And what is your guarantee that you'll finish by then? We will, just trust me. Huh. I'm not supposed to heedlessly trust the word of a man I've just met. Katayama mused. Why is he acting like this? He's acting like one of those weird, mysterious anime characters. We're down to 10 minutes and 40 seconds, by the way. You son of a bitch. You'll get all and mighty just because you work for the printer. High and mighty. I see the people on the publishing side of things to act all high and mighty. Whatever high-minded claims you make, without us, you have nothing to put on the store shelves. Forgetting that and blithely ignoring your proofreading deadline makes for more work on our end. Just what are you getting at, I wonder? Now it's 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Norcar ground his teeth so hard he could hear it. His usual tactics were useless. Katayama was simply too unflappable to be browbeaten. If he backed down now, though, it was game over. 10 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. I realize there's little point, but I'll wait until the designated time. That's just common decency. Katayama's eyes were once again locked in his pocket watch. It was no use. Minoru couldn't find a way to talk this guy around. Chiaki held up her hand. May I say something? This is a classroom. What does she have on her forehead? Isn't it also common decency not to break a promise once it's been made? You're referring to the 8 o'clock deadline. I was not the one who promised that. Maybe not, but I believe your predecessor's responsibilities become your responsibilities. Katayama crossed his arms and gave her a bemused look. What's your name, miss? Chiaki. She said bashfully. Chiaki Iso. Chiaki Iso, sexy. How you doing, girl? The printer's expression brightened visibly. Good. Are you gonna switch to my tablet so I can dye paint? Alright. I'll see you in a bit, squirrel. Good. That timid hesitation of yours is just splendid. You have none of the arrogance so typical among publishers. Huh? Yaki was rather taken aback. In defense to your polite demeanor, I shall wait till 7 o'clock. That's the latest I can possibly allow. Alright, Manaka, practically in Katayama's face. We agree. No, I wasn't talking to you. But we've got terms of our own. Katayama reeled ever so slightly. I'm not certain you're in any position to settle terms here, little bitch boy. Shut up and listen. Asshole. From here on out, you're coming with us. Huh? Why? Nani the fuck do you want me to go with you for? We're going to finish up our copy on site, then burn the data onto CD and hand it over to you there. That's why. I'm gonna let out a sigh of resignation. Oh, very well. I suppose I'd simply be waiting here anyway. Hello, what's up, Troy? Hello! Welcome! Welcome to the stream, stranger. What's up? First time here? Nothing much. Yo! Murkoff pumped his fist in victory. Same. Just working and twerking, bro. Bro, it's crazy to think that I stream so late for some people sometimes. Like, for East Coast, I start stream at 9. It's fucking late. I'm the late night, like, I'm basically George Lopez for you guys, huh? It's fucking late at night. Alright, Chiaki, go and copy the DTP data we've got so far into the computer. Sure thing, Mr. Mino. Chiaki quickly set about copying the data from editing department's desktop. Okay, done! Then let's go. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm gonna set up my world flipper. Yo! With others in tow, Minoru Kawa headed for the noodle house where Toyama would be waiting. Nothing much, eh? 'Tis life. But you know what? It's all gonna change once the happening starts. For real, for real. That's what I'm saying. For real, for real. Yo, you know the vibes. You know the vibe, Troy? On God? Tell me you know the vibes. Bro, thank God I like brought up that fucking random like just I don't know who said for real, but I randomly just brought it. I wonder if that's an emote. And then we found one of the dumbest emotes in the world. But an instant hood classic. Crazy how life happens, huh? Inside they encountered a proprietress near the door. She held a massive cleaver for cutting soba noodles, clenched in one hand. Payama wasn't there. Excuse me, Minokaro said. Does a middle-aged man come by shop? For real, that's what I'm saying. Ome. I really still don't understand that fucking emote though. Ome. Or, I don't know. For real. FR. A middle-aged man had come by a shop named Toyama. Wait, what? The proprietress let out a weary sigh. That guy, huh? Folks know him? Yeah, we do. Then I'm sorry. I didn't want to do this. It was all his fault, though. You reap what you sow. Norkai didn't know what she was going on about, but suddenly he had a very bad feeling. So, is he here, or? Yeah, he came by. Well, where's he now? Please tell me. No. I have no obligation to tell you anything. What up, Chris? How you doing? I have no obligation to tell you anything, motherfucker. Evidently, there was some bad blood between Toyama and this woman. The real victim here is me. Her voice rose to an abrupt roar. I got the eye of the tiger. Something. Do. Now listen up good to this old woman's story. The hash slinging slasher. It's this big. It's this big. I don't have time for this, Minorca House Hut. He needs to find Toyama as soon as possible. But instead it looked like he'd be stuck hearing out his angry moan first. Alright, we're listening. Welcome back, Squirrel. Almost like Christmas. Welcome back. What kind of diamond painting are we doing now? What kind of artistry are we doing now? It's 1 a.m. in Bolivia. Squirrel. Good luck. Versus, you're racist. Alright, we're listening. Tell us your story. It's a long one. The woman's mouth twisted up and she licked her lips. Curses is an identified racist. He has something to say about a certain group of people. The woman's mouth twisted up and she licked her lips, leading to tell her tale. Only when I'm done. Ah! She admits it! Racism flows through her fucking veins at 1 a.m. Long ago. 1 a.m. is like when it's like basically when the full moon strikes at 12 for wolves. It's 1 a.m. and believe it somewhere in the world. Bro, if it's 1 a.m. and believe it, isn't it 1 a.m. and believe it like all the time? At one certain point for everywhere in the world? Not all the time, but... You know what I mean? Now, if you said it's 1 a.m. somewhere in the world, that makes sense. The inner demons come out. Did I'm racist on the hour, every hour? People happy? Doesn't that just mean you're like racist all the time? So... Are we cool, bruh? We cool? The hell? Oh. I would often make deliveries to Heaven Publishing. They were some of my best customers. Back then we were so busy, my employees practically worked themselves to death. Which is acting a little weird right now. He's acting a little weird. It's 1 a.m. somewhere in the world. You see, Dogenha, the finest soap in Japan. Her demons are out all the time. Maybe because she is the demon. Demon Fist. And our spokesmodel was considered one of the most beautiful girls in the world. Beautiful girls all over the world. Back when this woman was in her 20s, Heaven Publishing hadn't existed yet. But Minorca figured he'd better not correct her. That would probably just piss her off and make her stop entirely. Keep his mouth shut and listen to her silly tale. This silly little biatch. Anyway, that's all in the past now. Time went on. It allowed delivery customers asking us to put their bills on tab. Are you guys like... I don't know why. I am pretty... I mean, I'm not bad, but like... I've noticed that there are just some people that are good at remembering lyrics. Me, I literally have to study it to remember. But I have a friend at work that knows every line to every fucking song or some shit. But before, and it's not even a sing along. He says it before the line even comes out, so he already knows it. I'm like, fuck. I love this song, but I'm not gonna lie. If I wasn't singing along with it, I wouldn't actually know the lyrics. I don't think. You know? I think it's just a skill. As time went on, we had a lot of delivery customers asking us to put their bills on the tab. I would only remember if I literally studied it. Literally. So much so that it became a problem and we changed our policy to allow that sort of thing. The fine folks of Heaven Publishing consider themselves an exception to that rule. And that put my part-timer Masa, who does the deliveries, in a bit of a bind. Okay. Oh, so then Masa's a student. He took the day off to go on a date with his girlfriend. All couples need to perish. To this getaway island at Delfino Resort. I hear they're planning to compete as a couple in some ice cream eating contest that's going to air on TV. So they were going to practice. We're going to practice a run together today. Honestly, how ridiculous is that? Honestly, I couldn't care less about Masa one way or another, Minarkawa thought. This whole experience was turning to a real ordeal. So yes, we were in a real bind. I want a restaurant here, not a charity operation. I'd call and ask them to settle up, but they'd always insist. Oh, we don't have any money. And that's a fucking lie. It's gotta be. What else could it be? Otherwise, how could they keep making the magazine of theirs? That's Celebrity Confidential or whatever the hell it is. Celebrity Confidential was a weekly tabloid put out by one of the Heaven Publishing's competitors. Okay. I'm actually like a little confused at what the fuck she's talking about. Minarkawa was just going to have to let that egregious, what the fuck, how do you guys say that? Mix up slide. And that's not all. The proprietor spat. Oh no. On top of that, their magazine's little gourmet Gabs corner, or whatever they call it, ran a scathing review of us. After that, the customers started keeping their distance. And I aged 20 years practically overnight. Gourmet Gabs is a column that ran Celebrity Confidential. There was nothing of the sort in 4-Star General Gossip. This woman had clearly got the two magazines mixed up somehow. Awful. It's awful, isn't it? All I wanted to do was make soba for people to enjoy, and so to be treated like this. To be treated like this. The woman had started to sob. The cleaver began to wave in her trembling hand. But then, earlier today, these two Yakuza-looking fellows came by. They were looking for Toyama from Heaven Publishing. Guess they saw one of our menus at his office and figured he might have come by. He had to be talking about Uzu and Sagawa. They'd both been nearby when Minarkawa was rooting through the desk drawers. Once it saw botted the menu then. Guys, I figured it out. Guys, I figured it out. When I go back to Japan, I will have to write a girlfriend. And then thus continue the dating stream. I told them he wasn't here and hadn't ordered delivery in some time. So they said that if I happened to see him, to give him a call. Now I was just going to turn them away. They looked like a pair of nasty loan sharks. Toyama would never be able to pay off his tab if they caught him. And so I told them much, or this much. Told them as much. Man, fuck. I hate reading. Why do they keep messing it up? The proprietress lowered her voice before continuing. But then they said they'd be most appreciative if I could let them know. He even offered to pay his tab for me if I did. And well, that pretty much settled it. So I let them give me their phone number. Norika's face went pale. This lady had been bribed by those two thugs. And so I guess you figured it out. A little earlier, Toma dropped by. Looked like he was trying to lie low. It all came together. I snuck out back and gave those two a call. And so here we are. You guys were just a hair too late. Aw, shit. Liam had been cut off by the moneylenders. Norco had to find him right away. Mr. Mino! Miss Chiaki squeaked nervously. We have to hurry and go look for him. Yeah. Norco and the others headed for the door. Wait. The voice sounded as if it echoed from the very depths of hell. Norco and company stopped in their tracks. What the fuck? You think I can just let you go? Foolish fool. The old woman began to stalk towards them. Those guys. They left without showing their appreciation of paying off that tab. They lied to me. And so, just who's gonna show me the appreciation I'm owed? Who's gonna pay that tab? You're all in this together, trying to play me for a fool. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Oh shit! The proprietress lifted up her cleaver high. Her eyes smoldered with inhuman rage. A murderous aura surrounded her like a bonfire of wind. Wait! We're Toyama's! His friends? Then prepare yourselves. You pay his debt to me with your lives. The three companions stood paralyzed with horror, watching their bloody doom approach. The blade glimmered in dimness as she swung it towards Minorca. Time for some fresh meat! Wow, did I actually die? Bad end! Chiaki and Katayama screamed, their cries echoing clear across Dogonzaka. Damn. Let's not go to the noodle house. Let us not go to the noodle house. Yep. Bad times. Okay, let's see. I think it's this one. Where should we meet? Where do we meet up? Let's go to the cafe. The familiar cafe by the station was a natural choice. He quickly described the location. Okay, Toyama said, Cafe Lautrec. That's it. See you there. He hung up and everybody gathered their belongings. Alright, I read this part already, so I will not read it for you bozos. Get fucked. Actually, the noodle house stare. What's up, Yosore? How are you doing? You got 14 minutes and 15 seconds. So the printer guy comes over and he's like, hey guys, I'm here to shark you on this fucking article. You guys have the fucking juice? If not, I'm putting you in a slammer. And we're like, what the fuck? You guys said 8 o'clock. It's only 5. And he's like, no. I'm actually... And Norikawa says, bitch, I don't care what you are. Shut the fuck up. Look. Look at this card. What do you see? It reads, Pussy Destroyer 69. I control you now. I decide when the shit is done. My boss has died in a car accident and now I'm the boss. I'm your boss. And I don't break no promises. As a boss. Norikawa is like, what? Nani? You guys said 8. You fucking liar. How dare you fucking lie to me? But this guy doesn't care. He continues waving his card, saying 5:30 sharp. I don't care. You bitch, you lying rat! How dare you? Change the time back. Just give us until 8 at least, please. And then we'll be done. But this guy, he's like, nah fam. You're toasted, buddy. You're buttered toast, my man. Look at his watch. What does it say? It says you're a little pussy boy. Pussy boy! Look at this autograph! What? No! I'm no pussy! How dare you! And then Chiaki butts in is like, wait! But if you're a real man, you would change it to 7 p.m. And he's like, wait, she's right. I am a real man. 7 p.m. it is. You guys have 7 p.m. Or until 7 p.m. Thank you, Chiaki. She saved us. Wait, can I move lower? I'm only dubbing over this incorrectly because we already went through this part. And you got me fucked up reading this shit again. Alright. Alright. 7 p.m. it is. We take that offer. Now get your little hoe ass out of here. No, wait. I'm gonna come with you guys. You know why? Because I want to be a main character. Let me follow you guys, please. Okay. And so they go to meet Toyama to fill in the last article. Damn, I should make an abridged series of this. They reached Cafe Lautrec without incident and Minoru promptly spotted the publisher. Over here, Toyama hissed, eyeing his surrounding with obvious unease. Anna sat by his side suddenly, sipping on some juice. Sipping on orange juice. The waitress came over as Minoru joined them. May I take your order? She asked. Water, please. Just water, sir? Fine, make it double. Oh no. Exasperated, the waitress had... I mean, you asked! The fuck? Why is she disappointed? You literally asked him. Toyama looked over at Katayama. Who's this guy? I'm Koichiro Katayama from Cho Nippon Printing. And I'm here to print out your shit. Toyama turned to Minoru with a quizzical look. What's someone from the printer doing with you? I'll explain later. There's no time for that right now. We need your knowledge. Why is his laptop... Oh, that's Chiaki. Why is Chiaki's laptop so frilly? Look at that. Got like tablecloth around it. Damn. She's slaying with that fucking laptop right now. Playing Queen. First, I need you to answer some questions. Does the name Kenji Osawa ring any bells? Osawa? Emma closed his eyes and thought. He heads up a laboratory at Okashi Pharmaceuticals. You ran a piece on him in the first ever issue of the four-star General Gossip. Thomas' face lit up with recognition. What is that green juice he's sipping on? That kind of looks good. I want some of that green. Oh yes. The political marriage piece. Yeah, that one. You remember the details from the article? Oh, of course. Who do you think I am? You are. Toyama puffed himself up and proudly. I used to be the local news copy editor for Central Times. I've got the details for all the stuff I've ever covered here in my head. In that case, you know who Kenji Osawa's wife was dating before they got married? Toyama blinks his eyes vacantly. Hey, what's the matter, Minoru asked. This is a pretty tough pop quiz you're giving me. Cut the crap, man. You just said you have the details. Surprise, kids. It's time for our science quiz. Guys, this is for you guys. What colorless, odorless gas, lighter than air, and used for consumer and municipal gas applications is also known as marsh or swamp gas? Helium, ethylene, propane, or methane? I'm waiting. I'm not continuing till I get an answer. E. What's up, Cold? E for helium? the crap, man? You just said you have the details in your head. Oh, they're in there, right? They're just not coming out. Methane? Alright, your guess is methane. Let's see. Tune in the next time on the pop quiz. How are you doing, by the way, Cold? What's up? I think the patch is tonight, by the way, guys. Get ready for X Bianco. XX Tentacion. Get ready. Wait, actually, let me see. Let me see if it's right or not. Okay. X Bianca or Dead Trying. It is tonight, right? Let's see now. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on. Go play. X Bianco is here. So, let's see. After the maintenance. The maintenance should be, yep, there. Actually, let's see a rundown on what's even happening in the Flipper worlds real quick. This is what's going on now. Here's X Bianca. Then we have whatever this is. Then we have the anniversary quest countdown. When do we get the free pulls? Players will be able to pull. It's right here. Character gacha pickup. What? August 30th. Login bonus. Players will receive 50 extra beads each day when logging in for a maximum of 100. A 10 pull. And we get anniversary album, I'm guessing. Okay. And then here's the other anniversary pickup. Ooh, there we go. 2nd of September. Alright, I see. Very good. New Year's is back. I guess that's it. Valentine Elia. Oh, she bad. Oh, she bad. Valentine Elia or die trying. And I guess that's it. Elia team. The first, okay, Elia's literally the only unit that you could probably put her in, like, you could put her on all 3 main slots now. 3 versions of her. They really love this girl. Nurkar slumped. Mr. Toyama, please. Whether or not you'll be able to pay off your debts depending on your memory here. Hearing this, Hana cast a cold glare upon her father. Alright, I can remember. Or, I can at least try. Toyama folded his arms and hummed to himself, his gaze turned inward. People punch. So, I feel like it was really common name. Sato, Chiaki chirped. Yamada. Was it either of those? They're pretty common names. Guys, what do you think is the most common name? Well, other than Muhammad, because I think like statistic or research says that is the most common name, but other than that. They're pretty common names. John Smith. Like the whole name itself, John Smith is the most common name? No. Okay, the most common first name. Most common first name. Toyama shook his head. Norikawa offered a guess of his own. John. John works in so many ways, cause like there's John, Jonathan, Johnny. Nathaniel. You know what I mean? Tanaka. Huh. No, not that. It was something else. Just then, the television inside the cafe switched over to news report on the Shibuya explosion. The remains of the individual discovered within the minivan himself, who was since identified as a pharmaceutical company executive, Mamoru Tanaka. Mamoru Tanaka? Toyama turned around and looked at the TV. An image of the victim's face appeared on the screen. What? The publisher blurted, nearly falling out of his seat. That's it! It was him right there! Oh. Mamoru Tanaka, that's what I said. Tanaka. Toyama pointing excitedly at the TV screen. That's who Kenji Osawa's wife was dating before they got married. Mamoru Tanaka. Minoru found himself getting goosebumps. I'm gonna get myself a Hello Kitty themed laptop. I gotta outswag Chiaki's laptop. The victim of terrorist bombing in Shibuya is also linked to the researcher who was the key terrorist in the viral scare. His reporter's hunch was now a certainty. Right now, Shibuya was at the center of some massive conspiracy. It went far beyond even a major scoop. Mr. Toyama, you need to make sure that the next month's issue hits shelves. How much polls do you guys have for the next banner? I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm ready. Bruh, I have 60 polls alone in just tickets. Just tickets. Okay, Minoru Kawasawa. Yeah. Minoru called up Chenji to let him know the results of his investigation. 50 plus on tickets. I wanted to pull for this banner, but I didn't want to, like, in the case where, you know, tragedy happens on the next one, I need to be ready. I need to be ready. The happening. Probably has his suspicions all along. Osawa told him that there was something he needed to do before he was ready to give details on the big scoop, but that he would call back later. 50 plus on tickets. You can skip heavily because I did already. I mean, honestly, the units are alright. I get them for like collector's sake. But knowing the next banners that are coming up, I probably should not. So there's that. Yeah. In the meantime, Minoru knew he'd have his hands full getting the current issue of Gossip Rap for the 7 o'clock deadline. He slapped his hands on the table. Alright, emergency editing meeting right here, he announced. We need to get a lead on Shibuya terrorist bombing onto the next issue. The article about the twins winning that beauty contest can be dropped for that. We'll use the info from Kenji Osawa as basis for our big scoop in the issue after that. Mr. Toyama! Any problems with that? No, that should be fine. Well, what about the remaining pages for the next month's issue? Minoru opened a file on his computer. The layout built on the DTP Big Time Rush came up on the monitor. The report on the Burning Hammer sales demo. The surveillance camera opinion piece. The interview with Odai. Those three were finished. The copy already incorporated into the layout. Once Chiaki's street interview piece was loaded in, that one could be checked off as well. Chiaki, how'd your copy coming along? I'm sorry. Need a little bit longer. The writing seemed to still be giving her a fair bit of trouble. The article on SOS was just a placeholder in the layout. And Minoru hadn't even gotten any material for that, putting it even further behind than Chiaki's street interviews. Still, he'd at least learned where Shibuya's legendary street gang made their hangout. You just have to take the risk of dropping in on them unannounced and ambush them with some interview questions. So, I've actually, crazy thing, and I'm pretty sure he's like a common, like, Japanese actor or some shit. I can't show you his face because it already passed, but... And I can't say the name either because no one will know the name. Does anyone know who Yanagisha is in this game? The guy, the afro-looking dude? The afro guy? Comedic relief looking ass? I swear I saw him on a YouTube video. Like a Japanese YouTube video. I was like, wait a minute. I saw this dude on my game. But he's probably like a popular actor, huh? And then there's a lead in the Shibuya bombing. That wasn't even in the layout yet. It was a complete blank slate. Against all odds, they were going to need to put out the article together from nothing with just an hour and change. It's an impossible amount of work for just him, Chiaki, to do. Well, well, well. And how are things coming along? This bozo. Bozo, 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 you're an idiot. Let me turn on lights. Lights, camera, pants. Ooh, shit, that shit bright. Goddamn. Oh, goddamn. Yo. Bozo, 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 you're an idiot. Katima rose up and came closer, trying to peer at the monitor. Hey, no looksies. Hey, what up, Puncher? What up, people boxer? How are you doing, brother? Norcar heard to cover the screen. Hello. Don't look. The printer rep saw all the blank pages. He might decide to stop waiting. Would you mind telling me roughly what percent of the total you have completed thus far? What percent? Doing good. Just got my ass kicked in GG. Strive? What percent? Come off it, man. We're 100%. Yeah. You know, recently after watching like Evo, I had the urge to play a fighting game again. So I actually tried out Skullgirls again. I've had that game since the release and only played it for like a week or two. And I've never touched it ever since. But thank God you played with me. Yeah, I think I played with you. Yeah, we played with each other. I remember you played that Parasol bitch. We played that and then we just stopped, right? But thank God it kept all the way up into the latest release. That game is fun, but holy fuck is it hard. Like honestly. And I think the tutorial's lacking, so I love hard games. No, I like the style of the game. I feel like it's kind of like, it reminds me of Revelator. Like I love the style. Not like, actually it's kind of crazier. I don't know. Reminds me of Blaze Blue, you know? Where shit's kind of crazy. Actually no, that shit's kind of crazier than Blaze Blue, Loki. If you're 100% done, that implies that you're all finished. Did I please have the data done? But I thought the tutorial was kind of lacking and I didn't want to like study like videos all day to do B&B or whatever shit and learn shit, you know? So I'm like, you know what, let's go back to GG and play some games that I know. But then I kind of remembered why I stopped playing GG. I don't know why. The game just, the pace of the game is just not my thing. It's like, I don't know. If you're 100% done, that implies that you're all finished. Could I please have the data done? Rollback is in. Let's go back to Blaze Blue. Rollback is in. I mean, low key, I'm kind of down. If rollback is in, Blaze Blue players are fucking cracked, bro. Blaze Blue players are a little crackety cracked, but I'm kind of down, so maybe, bro. You're 100% done. That implies that you're all finished. Could I please have the data done? No. Saying a roleplayer is 100%. It just kind of sucks that you have to relearn everything, huh? But I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to understand what you mean by that. Shaking his Katayama back Sat back down onto a chair. I wonder if that's gonna be the last ever Blaze Blue game. Was it? What's it called? Blaze Blue Central Fiction? CF, yeah. Wonder if that's gonna be the last one ever. Well, Blaze Blue was so confusing. Legit. BB Tag is getting rollback later this year too. Bro, it's too late for BB Tag. Like, I'll be fucking honest. Don't get me wrong, I like BB Tag, but that shit is... I feel like it's way too late, dog. Who is still playing BB Tag except for the hardcore community, you know? I guess you could say the same of Blaze Blue, but... I don't know. Record Toyama S. Us. I'd rather play Blaze Blue instead though. Toyama S is expression and easy. Although BB Tag is fun. I actually have a lot of hours in BB Tag. Wait, it's crazy because I actually have as much hours of BB Tag as I have, I think, GG Rev. Let me see. Let me see Rev later. Bro, I have 197 hours on Rev. And Blaze Blue Tag, I have 183. Crazy. I didn't think I liked the game that much, but it was a lot of fun, honestly. It was kind of simple too. Simple but complex, you know what I mean? BB Tag is literally just like auto combo, auto combo, auto combo. SF5 I have 2.2k hours. Bro, SF6 looks so oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. I think they put too much emphasis on the street part of Street Fighter, dog. What is that game? The game looks wonky and whack as hell. But why is someone from the printer here again? Atira promptly chimed in. The long and short of it is that your proofing deadline has been changed to 7 o'clock. I mean, I'll be honest though, SF5 as it is now looks... I think looks really good. That was just good at DBZ. Nah. That game looks fun. Bro, I played it. I don't know. I don't think you'd like it either. It's just... I know for a fact you will not like movement in that game. I don't know if you tried it before. You have it? What do you mean the game looks fun then? You tried it. Just don't like the team aspect. I like the team aspect of the game, but... Then, bro, then why do you want to play BB Tag? What? But that's impossible. Who's doing Alina for Shibuya bobbing? Cause it's simple? Auto combo? Isn't... I'm pretty fucking sure... What's it called? For real. No, I'm pretty sure DBZ is also auto combos too, no? Dama, Ide, Minorkawa, and Chiaki both staring back non-committally. Then it really is impossible. We'll never meet the deadline. We don't have enough people. No, we do have enough. Only to extend combos and do less damage. I mean, it doesn't matter. You'll do less damage, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like MVC 3, where you're just trying to get as much damage in your fucking infinite as you can. No, we didn't have enough. Bro, honestly, one game I wish I was good at was actually Mario vs. Capcom 3. Did that game not, like, look kind of fucking sick to anyone? Norcross sorts out his finger. Mr. Toyama. You're going to write that one and handle the layout. What? Gun Punch Machine is your company. Won't you step up in order to protect it? Yama hung his head. But yeah, down to try CF if it has rollback. Not down to try cross tag. I think mostly I'm just waiting for the next game, honestly. Maybe the next Blaze Blue game. Please make a new Blaze Blue game. But please, I actually... Hot take. I think Guilty Gear should stick with the 3D models, but Blaze Blue should not. I feel like it'd be weird. We need some 16 or 32-bit fighters, you know what I mean? If I head to the scene right now, I'm sure the other outlets have already gotten their coverage. I wouldn't be able to find anything new to write about it. What do you think? Oh. Oh, shit. What do you think about 3D like fighting games? A lot of fighting games moving to 3D models, Punch. Cause low key, I kind of like those 32-bit fighters. Those 16-bit fighters. People box. And so you're just going to give up? A moment later, Toyama was on the floor, Minokawa glaring down at him. You've always said you want to tell the world about the things the mass media can't or won't write about. So what the hell difference does it make if they're already gotten the sound bites thereafter? Minokawa's voice was raw with emotion. Oh, he's raw as fuck right now, for real, for real. On God, Ratio. Don't you dare give up. Not that easily. Get your ass out of there. Find something that only you can write about. Minokawa. Toyama began to object, then he glanced over at Hana. There was an imploring look in her eyes as well. This is my job. Anime moment. I get what you're saying. But still, you're expecting a lot. But then, despite his words, he flashed a broad grin. Yeah. Minokawa let out a quiet chuckle. And this got you all fired up. Yeah. My voice cracked. Yeah. I'm fired up, alright. Toyama's face shone with a resolve Minokawa hadn't seen in a long time. There we go. That's the Toyama I know. Damn, this guy got bopped. What the fuck, he got bopped? You know? I'm really sorry. Now I see the huge burden put on you. But damn it, it's gonna be alright. Getting to his feet, Toyama took his daughter by the hand and strode boldly out of the cafe looking like a changed man. Aww. Minokawa watched him go, glad the dithering was over. Even if Toyama were still in his prime, he'd be cutting it close to do the article in an hour. But he would pull through somehow. When it came to taking care of Hana, the man would rise to occasion again and again. Father and daughter disappeared into the crowd, hand in hand. Minokawa shook himself out of his reverie. Alright, he cried. Despite the clear blue sky, an unexpected gust of wind blew across his cheek. Come on guys, we gotta get going too. Things might look grim, but he wasn't going to give up until the bitter end. It was time to head to the SOS Hangout Inferno. Time to go. The three ran long and hard after leaving the cafe. If the proofing deadline was 7 o'clock, they need to finish up with SOS by 6:30 at the latest. The gang's hangout was in Ura Harajuku. Wait, that was... Why is his so quick? Running all the way there was on foot was going to eat too much of their time. But traffic was at a near standstill for some reason. There wasn't a taxi in sight. How long do you plan on running like this? Kaneyama called out, panting. Take a look at the road. With the traffic, there's no point in hailing a cab. Even Minokawa was feeling the time pressure now. We're just gonna have to keep running till the road's clear. What? Kaneyama world? Stop yo bitching. Just keep quiet and stick with me. He'd finally gotten Toyama to find his willpower again. Next month's issues would come out of time. And no, it was some printer guy going to mess it up now. But the traffic showed no signs of abating. Catching a cab wasn't going to be an option. Fighting an ever loud echo of despair, Minokawa kept his desperate headlong rush. Still, there were limits on how far the mind could push the body before exhaustion set in. Eek! Chiaki, no! Oh, what the fuck? That sounded pretty brutal. No! Chiaki! Blood warning. As they were running across a pedestrian overpass, Chiaki slipped on and took a nasty fall. She skinned her knee hard enough to draw blood. Hey you, Minokura snapped at Katayama. Don't just stand there! Help the poor girl! Katayama scurried over to Chiaki. Sorry, Mina. Chiaki's voice bubbled with suppressed tears. Maybe it's cool to make her run with her computer all the way to Uda Harajuku. But the copy for our interviews still need to be looked over. They couldn't just leave her here. Monokura hesitated, undecidedly. Even at a full run, they wouldn't make it in time. When traffic the way it was, there was nothing they could do. You now have... Otome consulted his pocket watch. Exactly 1 hour. Damn it! What did we do? Relentlessly, the clock ticked on. To be continued? Oh shit. Alright. Minorikawa Dunzo! Okay, so now we have to do Osawa because these two are locked. It's kind of fucked up. Where does this jump to? Okay. $17.35. Bro. Alright, we gotta go Osawa to save Maria. $17.38. The rain won't let up. The sound's growing louder and louder inside my head. It's the sound of regret splattering against my heart. My emotions surge like a terrible storm within me. I never wished for this. Never expected my heart to be dragged so far beyond my control. We can't save Maria! We can't! The words stormed through Osawa's mind in a relentless cacophony. He'd call up images of the bodies from the human testing trials on the computer no longer. He couldn't help but imagine his daughter in the same gruesome state. In just a few more hours, Maria would begin hemorrhaging blood and just die like people in these pictures had. We can't save her, we can't save her, we can't! He couldn't shake the words or reality off from his mind. Damn it, damn it, damn it! The son began pounding his fist fiercely on the desktop. Sir, what are you doing? Kajiwara tried to intervene, but he kept pounding away. He's scaring me, guys. When he finally ceased, the pain of the repeatedly impact lingered in his hands. My research was never about any sincere desire to help people. And now I'm paying the price for that. The one time it finally matters, I can't even save my own daughter. How could this happen to me? Mr. Osawa, Kajiwara set his hand on his shoulder. You can always blame yourself later, but for now, think again and think hard. Is there really no other way to save Maria? Nothing else we could try? Osawa shook his head. The only means we had left was using Tanaka's password to unlock the doors. And now Tanaka's dead. There's no other way. Is there a possibility that Mr. Tanaka told someone else's password? This was something Osawa hadn't considered. Was there anyone Tanaka might have shared his password with? Only one person came to mind? It's I. Well, yes. There may be someone. You're referring to I, sir? Kajiwara cast his eyes down. You figured that out then, huh? Yeah. Back during the commotion over the listening device, a necktie clip isn't typically the sort of present one gives to one's husband's co-worker. And yet, although some might consider it somewhat inappropriate, Mr. Tanaka was wearing it as if it were a matter of course. Which implies something about their relationship. Kajiwara's voice trailed off. He coughed apologetically and tried again. I realize it's an awkward situation, sure, but please check your wife. Even if I does have to happen to know the password, that does us no good if Maria gets quarantined someplace we can't reach her. I understand, but you have to try. I understand, Mr. Osal. I'll bring Maria to you then. I'll do everything in my power to make that happen. Take these bananas. The detective then produced a bunch of bananas from his pocket. Oh my, this is the weirdest thing. But for some reason, looking at these bananas kind of makes me want to play Bloons Tower Defense. Yeah. I don't know why. But Bloons Tower Defense sounds fun. These are all leftover. You're more than welcome, sir. Ooh, banana. Doo-doo-doo. Was that supposed to be a DK64 reference? Despite his gentle smile, the rest of his face was firm with resolve. You said you didn't care whether other people understood you. Maybe that's just me. Didn't you, Mr. Osawa? Osawa nodded guardedly. At the risk of being presumptuous, sir. Understand you, Kajiwada said. I used to be quite the workaholic myself. You're just like me. Innocent and awkward. Loser. Lonely. Sad, pathetic. Socially inept. How modest of you, so let me let out a sardonic chuckle after a moment. Kajiwada joined in. Ooh, banana. I want to play another, like, Donkey Kong Country game. I don't know why, but those are fun. Except that one time where I actually got, like, fucking heavily tilted off. I think it was DKC's... It was the 3DS one. Dude, that one was fucking hard. I was so tilted at it, and I was just... When I beat the game, it didn't feel like victory. It felt like the relief. The relief of pain. Next time I see you, Mr. Sawa, I'll have Maria with me. The detective gave a slight bow, then left the study, a look of determination on his face. I shit you not, guys, Donkey Kong Countries are probably one of the hardest Nintendo platformers. So I watched him go with admiration. No matter what trouble arose, the man always looked for something he could do. He really was a fellow who knew how to hang tough. Compared to that, Sawa couldn't even articulate his own self-disgust. And asking I about the password would also mean inquiring into her relationship with Tanaka. The prospect was daunting. Venturing into the emotional territory of another person was his weak suit. Come on, you have to. He left his study, but someone found himself making his way to Maria's room, not I's. He realized that he hadn't been into his daughter's room since a certain rainy day years before. Now he stepped quietly inside and saw Maria's world laid out before him. Squirtin'. Is that Billy? Is that Barry? How's it going, my man? We still on it. Yep, we still on it. Let me see where I'm even at. 40 hours in this game. Wait, how do I... Okay, a small photo will set us up her neatly and tidy desk. Yeah, what's up, bro? What you up to? It was a close-up of someone's hands doing a cat's cradle. Whose hands were they? From the skin tone, they didn't appear to be Maria's. Several more photographs were pinned to a corkboard that hung up on the wall. Those were snapshots of people and townscapes from the Middle East. One glance at them and Osawa felt like he was back there for a moment. The images weren't necessarily aesthetic pleasing, but they all looked like they'd been taken by a professional. When he spotted the last photo on the corkboard, however, he was certain that Maria had taken them all. Look at that's her dad. He looks like a goofball. The last picture was of Osawa himself. He's facing the camera. What up, Mo? What up, Matt? How's it going, buddy? How are you doing today? He was facing the camera, holding some luggage and flashing an awkward smile. Just continuing on this never-ending story. Holy moly. Whew. But we are actually pretty close to the end. I would say we're like 80 to 85% there. 90 maybe. It was a comical, affectionate image. He'd never known that photography was one of his daughter's hobbies. No. This went beyond a mere hobby. Did she perhaps aspire to be a professional photographer one day? Man, this guy bought his daughter like 3 fucking cameras and didn't realize she liked photography? What? Doing alright, man. You up to anything today? Woo! Me? Just worked, came home, now we're here. Streaming. She certainly had the aptitude for it from the look of things. Maria, a photographer. As he mulled the idea over, Osawa felt his chest tighten. Right now, it looked like Maria's hopes and dreams were about to be snuffed out. Work, Fire Force, here, and Monster Hunter World. Okay. Are you still playing with Natty? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're right. Fire Force. The show? That's the first thing I thought of. Right now, it looks like Maria's hopes and dreams were about to be snuffed out. We were gonna play tonight, but I think he passed out. Yeah, the show. Never... If you're talking about the anime, I don't think I ever... Yeah, I definitely haven't seen it yet. It looks interesting though. Yeah, Natty's been on some weird ass like work cycle for the fucking whole like past year, low-key. The future consists of bleeding to death with a few short hours from now. I stared vacantly out the window. The view from Maria's room remained unchanged from so long ago. And that rainy day crept back into his mind. It's vivid as the present. Really good, you should watch it. I liked Soul Eater. I know the creators of Fire Force made that, so maybe one of these days. But dude, I get so lazy nowadays. I used to be able to like on my like off days or free time, I'd be able to binge a show, like at least the shows are connected. Really? Really? God damn. I used to be able to binge like a 12 episode show, 4 hours, whatever, I think, like in one sitting, somehow. But now my attention's just all over the place where I can't really like, unless it's super interesting, focus on the show for more than 2 episodes. I mean, I could focus on the show, but maybe I'd just want to do something else after. Hell, even 1 episode sometimes. Again, that rainy day crept back into his mind and was vivid as the present. I get that, yeah. I got issues. Is what I'm saying, basically. I got issues I need to fix, but I don't think I'm fixable. On that day, Osawa was dealing with some pressing business from work. He ensconced himself from a study of wrestling. Does anyone know what that word is? Has anyone ever seen that fucking word? I swear to God, I've seen 10 words I've never seen before in this game. I'm learning. Wrestling with some paperwork when Hitomi barged in looking distraught. Maria's gone. Nothing that Hitomi was legitimately alarmed, Osawa hurried to Maria's room. He found a letter she left atop her writing desk. Dad, you only cared about Hitomi. You're always working, you never do anything with me. So I'm running away. few hours earlier, he canceled their weekend trip to the amusement park. He just wasn't going to be able to get his work done in time. Itami had just resigned herself readily enough, but Maria couldn't accept it. She'd been looking forward to it for so long. She railed at him. How many times had he broken one of his promises to her? Oh, speaking of broken promises, that's me, dude. Fuck. I need to stop saying I'm gonna do shit. Cause low-key, probably not gonna do it. Can't let anyone down if I don't say it. You know? Itami understands why we can't go. So why can't Big Same? Yeah. We are just unfixable. I mean, I like the idea of it is nice, you know? The idea of doing such things is nice, but sometimes it just doesn't, like... I don't know. Doesn't pan out too well, or doesn't go as planned or whatever. Or the vibe's not there. The vibe killer. So why can't you do the same? The cold rebuke had ended her complaining, but it was clear he still hadn't accepted the situation. Now Hitami helped him look around, but they found nothing missing from Maria's room. Despite her assertion that she was running away, then it seemed like there was no point in being overly concerned. Maybe she's at the park she always goes to. Hitami looked worried. You know, I never thought about, like... Pretty sure, I don't know how, like... I actually don't know how, like, often this happens, but... Never had the thought of running away from home. But... What an experience that would be, huh? I should have ran away from home. It builds character. It builds you up. It would only take about an hour for Osawa to get her and bring her home. I actually did. Really? I mean, I know it's a thing, I just don't know how common it is to do that, right? Maybe, I mean, I guess I did have... I can't say I haven't had thoughts of it, but like... As soul as I am now, I can't bring myself to do it. You know? I don't know. How is that experience though? It would only take about an hour for Osawa to get her and bring her home. But an hour is more than he could afford to spare right now. Dad, I think she's waiting for you to go after her. Osawa didn't need Hitomi to tell him that. He knew it went well enough. He knew it well enough. That was what galled him so much about the situation. Guess it's never too late. Alright, time to run away from home, guys. Yeah. I'll only bring my setup though so I can stream. I'll be streaming on the streets. Why did she have to pull something like this? Precisely when his work was at its busiest. I got picked up by the police as I was walking the airport gate on my way to wherever TF I was going. Oh, you bought a ticket? You bought like a flight to like wherever? Damn, you were just... How old were you when you did this? You were just out. No, just walking? Oh. Oh, but you were just happened to be there. I was like 15. You were 15. Damn. And then the fucking police caught you. He did everything he could as a father since his wife had passed away. Would you feel like that experience kind of like changed you in a sort of way? Or made you think differently about some stuff or some shit like that? He'd done everything he could as a father since his wife had passed away. Why can't his daughter see that? Not really. Oh. I thought I was like on to something here. Nah, I didn't really think too much of it. I forgot it actually happened. Might be. I thought it was some learning experience. Why couldn't this daughter see that? It's alright. Your sister will come back. Why is this man victimizing himself? The rain has come down pretty hard outside the window. Do you think she brought an umbrella? Hitomi asked anxiously. I don't know, but with the rain like this, she'll come back home soon enough. Man, this is not... If I was the father here, I'd be fucking scrambling. Scrambling. Dude. He spoke the words for himself as much as for Hitomi. Then he headed back to study and got back to work. Damn. Several hours went by and Maria still did not return. The rain had gotten even more intense to the point where Osawa could hear it in his study. He was so concerned about his missing girl that he couldn't focus on his work, but he stubbornly refused to give in and go search for her. What the fuck's wrong with this dude? Been hours, hello? There were more hours pass. Child's being a hellion, I got to go later, man. No, it's all good, Map. Thanks for chilling and tuning in, brother. Always nice seeing you. And yeah, I'll catch you later. And one of these days, maybe tomorrow Sunshine 2 will come out, and we can enjoy that. Random, but yes. At last, Maria appeared at the front door soaking wet. Saw met her silently at the entryway. Wet strands of hair clung to the girl's forehead as she looked up at her father with a bitter glare. You don't care what happens to me, do you? Immediately, Osawa smacked her across the cheek. What's wrong with this dude? Pissing me off. It was the first time in his life he ever struck anyone. He hadn't known such a violent impulse could exist in him. Maria stood there, her hand pressed to her cheek. Tears welled up in her eyes. She began to tremble. On her lip was a small bead of blood. A flood of guilt regret rose up inside Osawa, as if he just shattered some intricate piece of glasswork. Bro, he slapped her that hard that there's blood on him too. How could I do such a thing? He clenched his shameful hand into a fist. In that moment he was afraid of Maria. Afraid that his daughter could bring such raw emotion out of him and make him do something thoughtless. This guy's just a robot, dude. He's an NPC. But even more, he was afraid of how stunted he was as a human being. Was someone like him really fit to be a parent? No. What kind of future could Maria and Hitomi hope for with a father like him? That was why he'd marry Ai, as Makino had proposed. Having a mother, he decided he would help keep his family together despite their sad excuse for a father. But in doing so, Osawa had dug a psychological ditch between himself and his daughters. A deep ditch so that he could keep his daughters from being hurt. So that he wouldn't hurt himself. Why? As Osawa was staring across the ditch, wondering if it was too late, or wondering if it was too wide to leap. He thought back to his early exchange with Kajiwara. If you get angry, you show it. If you get sad, you show it. It's human nature to let other people know how we're feeling. But what if that hurts the other person? That's when you apologize. Yes, that's right. You need to apologize to Maria for what he'd done to that day. It still wasn't too late. Fucking Aya Kamiki. She's a real person, apparently. When it comes to family, there's no such thing as game over. He recalled Pretty Honey's words. He needed to apologize to Maria, and so he needed to ask Ai for that password. So I was gonna have to face his wife. Not his fucking wife, dog. Bro, I'm on 3 keep outs now, man. Kenji Osawa. So on the beat. Okay. We teleport. Yo. What? Is it me or is the phone ringing kinda reminds me of the intro to that one song? Osawa's phone rang and Minorikawa's phone number popped up on the LCD display. Reporter must have finished looking into the matter Osawa had asked about. Mr. Osawa, sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? Well, I looked into the background of that story you asked about, and I learned who your wife was dating. Who was it? There's a brief pause. Mamoru Tanaka. I see. Finally had proof positive of a relationship between I and Tanaka. Now more than ever, it was no time to waver. No matter how painful reality was, it was also true that if they hadn't been dating, there would probably be no way of saving Maria. So, Minorikawa said, what was this big thing about disrupting the power balance of the world all about? There's something I need to take care of on my end first. Once I'm finished, I'll tell you everything. Yeah, that's fine. Things are pretty hectic on my end right now anyway. I had expected Minorikawa to put up more of a fight. He figured a reporter for 4-star general gossip would be a bit more persistent. Oh, by the way. One more thing I want to tell you, Mr. Sawa. One more thing. 1 second. I need to check what's going on here. What in the fucking world? Okay. Okay. So I could practically sense the finger pointing in his way from the other end of the line. Don't be too angry with your wife. All too often in this world, people let their anger get in the way of solving their problems. You may have a point. I let out a wry chuckle. Alright, I'll call you back later. Asawa found Ai standing by herself in the yard. She kept her back to him as he approached. May I have a moment? He asked quietly. What? So she didn't bother to turn around. There's something important I need to talk to you about. I'm not in the mood right now. The girl's such a bitch. Please, I realize you're upset about Tanaka's death, but... I mentioned Tanaka's name, I slowly shook her heads. Don't. Just tell me what you want. Hurry up and get to the point. Sora tried to move closer to her, but she kept her distance. There was no time to mince words. Fuck. There's something else I need to hear for himself before this went any further. Were you in love with Tanaka? What are you talking about? Soft round. Why did you marry me? Got to be kidding. This is the important discussion you wanted to have? Did you ever love me? I let out a joyless chuckle. Love? What makes you even hear the word leave your lips? There's a note of challenge in her voice. Let me ask you the question. Did you ever love me? To be honest, I married you because I thought my daughters needed a mother. Wow. I let out a wary sigh. Some of the competitive tension left her shoulders. That really is honest, she said. So I guess I should be honest too. I married you because my father asked me to. He wanted to chain you down so you didn't leave some other company. And you were okay with marrying someone for... And you were okay with marrying someone for something like that? For something like that? You really have no idea how much you're worth, do you? The value of one woman's life versus the potential profits your research would bring in? There's no comparing the two. If it meant that Okashi Pharmaceuticals could monopolize your talents, then what did it even matter what I wanted for myself? There was something akin See desperation in I's words. And so you sent me those threatening emails too? What? I looked at him in shock. He knew he'd guessed correctly. You would go that far. Just to keep me tied to your father's business? That's right, I would. I bit down on her lip hard. But what would you even know about how I feel? I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I shook her head vehemently. I'm not the victim here. You say that. But isn't it because of me that you and Tanaka weren't able to stay together? I began to tremble. Her secret was out. When did you figure it out? 4 a.m. CDT. So basically, 2 a.m. PST. Starts at 11:50 p.m. CDT. All right. I don't know if I want to. Man, so I want to save the polls for stream, but I mean, I can't wait. I just want to see if I get it. What do you guys think? Do I save the poll for stream? Probably. So when did you figure it out, she asked. Earlier today. Thanks for letting me know, Cold. That tie clip. Right. Not the sort of gift one gives to one's husband's coworker, is it? Even if it was a listening device. Must resist pulling. You plan to wait? Alright. I will wait. I will pull tomorrow, guys. I'll pull early tomorrow. Watch my venture on getting X Bianca or die trying. I's smile was bitter with self-deprecation. Masao couldn't help but pity her. How long is the banner for? A week? Even Tanaka must have suspected that she placed the company's profit above all else. If she'd go to such lengths to protect its interests, it was like she'd given up on her entire life just for that. You're crazy. You a crazy bitch. Well, she said, aren't you angry? Sal shook his head. Could you tell me just one thing though, he asked. Did Tanaka ever tell you what his lab password was? His password? I need to get the antiviral out the lab. I flinched at his suggestion. To get it out? What are you thinking? That belongs to the company. I just need one dose to save Maria. Please. If you know, please tell me. I don't know it. I suppose it was barely a whisper. I love this. I love, like, this type of music. Masao looked his wife right in the eye. You're telling the truth. I am. I see. Then do you have any idea what the number he might have used for a password? I shook her head silently, then turned her back to her husband once more. What if it's her birthday? Tanaka hadn't given Ice his password. Masao's last chance had gone up in smoke. Without a long, shaky breath and shut his eyes tight. Was it true? Was there nothing more he could do? I swear to God, playing this game was actually like watching a K-drama. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what? But why am I kept out? On all three, I don't have any place I could jump to. That means I did one of these wrong. Let's do this. Okay. I think maybe A? Let me see how much that changes though. Okay, it changes nothing. Father was wrong. Evie was acting to save Susan. He was absolutely wrong. Crime was a crime regardless of the motive. This is a crime his father needs to atone for. Okay, so we read this part. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, we have to go through all this. Fucking hell. No, we don't. Curious, Achi turned to the American? Who are you talking to? And Stanley surprise clip, that other idiot I was telling you about earlier. That Stanley proceeded to wrap up his phone call. Bro. I'm stuck. I actually don't know. That's crazy. See this. Are you sure this is the right area? Are you down to GPS? No, it's not that. Kind of scanned. Who wants to join a godly lobby? You could post the code and maybe someone would join. No, it's not that kind of scanned area. It's just that Endo Electronics is right up ahead. And that's not Rutley. I will help you out, Cold. I think I still need to do the 100 battles anyways. Do 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 do. Let's see. White pepper happy. Let me see how much more do I have. Okay, 8 more. 463007. Alright. That godly. The twins are heading up the same location, that's my guess. So we're still kept out. What in the fucking world? Did I miss something? Let's try this. There's a violation of policy. First, I need to know who you are. My name is Kanan. Bro, I'm kept out on everything, man. That's so weird. Kanan. I don't thought back to the grizzly scene at the foreign syndicate's hideout. I like her karambit. Okay. Let me see. Kanan spoke up, her low voice calm. Once more, you hear what I have to say? I think you'll be more inclined to tell me where he told me is. Okay. So we're at that part, but nothing really changes. Let's try a nagging thought. Tell me this, he said to Kanan. Is there really no other way? I don't know, I wanted to make it absolutely sure. Dude. There ain't no way. Like, I don't know. I literally searched everything. There's nothing to log showing that anything was taken out. Okay. Though Connor still found out one thing confusing. Is this the case? Why kidnap Maria? Why not just kidnap Hitumi and be done with it? That's crazy, bro. 20 mil max that round. Surely they could have swapped. Could they? It's my fault Maria was kidnapped. Bro, what? Can't believe I'm stumped, but I like can't progress. All of them are kept out. Must have been some sort of accident though. Okay. Let me see something. You can't do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go here. Stanley's phone call. Let's look at all the dialogue just in case we missed something. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Side of the road. Okay, that's way too far. Now what happens if we go down? Where the fuck? By bringing Hitumi, do you mean arrest her? What the fuck? Oh, you couldn't think of any other reason? I'm just gonna move her someplace safe. With that, he proceeded to wrap up the phone call. Guess I'm not gonna get much out of this. 70k watt diesel generator. Okay. You need to protect her all the way through the end. Inwardly, he reaffirmed the vow he made earlier to keep her safe, whatever it took. Okay, so we're back here. Bro, what? Questioning, maybe? This was not time to mentor. Did not give you his password? His password? Okay. To get out. To get it out, what are you thinking? That belongs to the company. I just need one dose to save Maria, please. No, you tell me. I don't know it. I don't think this will change anything. You're telling the truth? I am. Yes, see. Do you have an idea what... Oh, just skip straight to this dialogue. Even if I didn't know, I wouldn't tell you. Why not? Don't you get it? Even know why I'm with you? Bro, what is going on? It's gonna lock me out again. I would. But what would you even know about how I feel? Don't apologize. I'm not the victim here, but this is because of me. But these dialogues don't really matter yet. Or right now, surprisingly. They kind of go into the same, like, thing. Huh. I just don't know how to... Maybe it's Norikawa. Okay. Was it true? Was there nothing more he could do? Keep out. Dude. I'm kept out everywhere, man. I'm for real, dude. I actually, like, don't know. Oh, whoops. Let me see if I missed dialogue. Okay. And the boy is watching Millennia play to Mikola. Just like me. He just like me. Bro, what? Bro, what? What the fuck? Oh! It might be Endo. Endo! There it fucking is. Holy shit. There we go. The workroom door slowly erased open. The sisters! Achi was too shocked for words. The girl who entered looked just like Hitomi. Maria! Hitomi! Why is her name Maria? Achi blinked in bewilderment. It was almost as if Hitomi were standing in front of a mirror. The two girls looked so similar. Maria, thank goodness you're alright. I'm so sorry I had you worried. Maria was safe, Achi realized. At last he managed to fulfill his duty. How did you manage to get out of the storeroom? As he had gone pale. Tell me. Wait. How did you manage to get out the storeroom? How did he know? Tell me, Maria said sharply. Who was it who came up with the kidnapping plan? Oh, shit! Suddenly, Daisuke shoved Maria aside and lunged for Hitomi. Stanley moved him to stop him, but before he could intervene, the older man had already hold on Hitomi, pressing something that looked like flashlight. Wait. Pressing something that looked like a flashlight up against her neck. Dad? Achi started toward him, but Stanley held a hand. Don't move. That's a stun gun. If he's after the neck, I could kill her. You know your stuff, Daisuke. Oh shit. 6'4". 64 hundo. You deal in America in electronics? No, I do this for a living. Stanley drew his gun in an instant, aiming at Daisuke's forehead. Wait, hold on. Archie interposed in between Stanley and his father. Dad, let Hitami go. You need to stop this nonsense. Archie walked slowly towards his father, pleading, a look in his eyes. Nonsense? Which one of us is talking nonsense here? You don't know what's going on. If you knew everything, then you'd be helping me. What do you mean everything? With this girl's heart, we could save Suzune. Dad, who was it exactly who told you that? Daisuke did not reply. I asked you a question. Who was it that put this crazy idea in your head? A foreign organ trafficker I met at a hospital, Daisuke muttered. Then he let out a snort. A likely story. It's true. I was suspicious at first myself, Daisuke said stubbornly. I couldn't just sit around and wait for Suzune to die. After talking to him about a rare blood type and all the difficulties in performing a transplant, he promised he'd do everything in his power. Daisuke's hands were trembling. Tears welled up in his vacant, bloodshot eyes. Then a while later, he got back in touch and told me he found a potential match. I like how Maria is just chilling there, like, not like, you know, distraught or anything. Someone with the same blood type as Suzune and roughly the same age. But then he told me that the girl was still alive. So what was the point? Her heart might be a match for Suzune's, but it didn't matter if we couldn't get our hands on it. And I said that, but then the man told me. He told you what? Archie bit his lip. He told me to abduct her and turn her over to him. After that, he'd find a way to make it all work. At last, Daisuke had a confession. Now Archie had to try to come to grips with the truth that he'd just heard. I had to do something, his father continued vehemently. I had to abduct this girl and see things through. I just couldn't take it. Kotane had already been taken from me. I thought of losing Suzune too. I had to make sure I didn't fail. So it was the organ trafficker who came up with the kidnapping scheme then. He kept his gun aimed at his target. Daisuke nodded. Describe him for me. He was tall, had black hair, spoke fluent Japanese. Stanley raised an eyebrow at that. Archie wondered if he had some idea who it might be. And taking Maria Osawa hostage in order to lure out Hitami? That was the idea as well? You gonna test your Thunder team? Sure. Oh yes, that's right. Sure. Yes, that's right. I allowed his computer to access my surveillance camera system as well. But then this morning I got a call from the hospital saying Suzune's condition was critical. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to help my girl right away. And then... Daisuke cut himself off, reaffirming his grip on his stun gun. I was looking at the surveillance monitor. I saw a detective I happen to know. He was right next to this girl here. So I decided to ask him. I knew if I did, he wouldn't refuse. He could never refuse a request from me. And that was the man with the cane, Archie asked? His voice was low and hoarse. Yes, I was giving him directions while I was following you on the monitors. Dad, you need to let go of Hitami now. No point. No goddamn point. Archie took another step closer. Wait, then you let go of Hitami now? There's no point to this. Archie took another step closer to his father. There is a point. If I kill this girl here, your sister can get surgery. The surgery she needs. But even Archie knew that things couldn't possibly work out that way. His father had grown so desperate to help Suzune that he'd lost all sense of judgment. Why, Archie? Why won't you just help me? Why won't you help me save Suzune? Daisuke made a pathetic sight. And yet his desperation to save his child was so palpable it was heartrending. No. No. Archie thought back to that time that he laid his father out when he was sparring. No matter how pathetic he may have looked, Archie has always felt that sense of paternal love from him. You're not going to be able to talk him down, Stanley. murmured. Archie shook his head. Stanley, he said, lower your gun. Tears were welling up in his eyes. Please. Lower your gun. Hearing the determination in Archie's voice, Stanley quietly complied. Archie stepped up to Daisuke, getting a firm grip on his father's slender shoulder. Dad. Of course I want to help Suzune. Then why are you trying to stop me? Dad, do you think this is what she'd want you to do? No. Daisuke's face fell. Did Suzune ask for this, Dad? Did she tell you to take someone else's heart so that she could live longer? Did she, Dad? Suddenly the fight seemed to ebb from Daisuke's body. The stun gun hung limply in his hand. If Suzune asked me to go and get someone's heart for her, I wouldn't object. I'd help her just like she wanted. I wouldn't let you bear these crimes by yourself. But that's not what this is it? Suzune would never ask us to do something like this, would she? By now, tears were streaming down Archie's cheeks. He knew that his father thought about Suzune more than he thought about anyone else. And so he should know full well that she would never want this. Suzune's not like me. She's smart. She's kind. And she'd never be happy about taking someone else's heart. Never. Even if it saved her life, I'm sure she'd never accept that. 113-015. Died of that last sliver of HP. It would be kind of rough. Even if it saved her life, I'm sure she'd never accept that. She wouldn't be able to live with it, knowing something so horrible had happened to someone else for her sake. Isn't that Suzune? Isn't that Suzune we know? Daisuke's cheeks were smeared with tears now as well. But then we're not gonna be able to help her. The sound of father and son weeping echoed through the workroom. Maybe so, maybe we won't. But that's better than the misery and suffering she'd had to live with. Daisuke slumped to his knees on the floor, collapsing like a crumbled mound of sand. Hitami, freed from his grip, stood motionless. There were tears in her eyes too. You're such an idiot, Dad. Such a complete, utter idiot. Sobbing, Archie embraced his father. There was a sudden thud near the door. Okay. Everyone turned to look. Maria had crumpled to the floor? A newcomer had appeared? And a newcomer had appeared. At some point, Kanan had silently entered the room. Now she cradled Maria in her arms. Standing in the doorway was a man Archie didn't recognize. Alright, let's check this. God, this is so good. This is good. After the young man's desperate pleading, the other fellow, apparently his father, finally gave in. He released his hold on Hitami. The tension in the room was replaced by solemn air of gravitas. Seeing the father and son weeping as they spoke made Kano think back to the conversation with Tatano before the stakeout. What was it in people that drove them to do such horrible things? Sometimes it was a desire to save ones they loved. Even such a heartfelt human emotion could drive someone to wrongdoing. Why? Why do people have to be like that? A sudden thud snapped Kano out of his musing, and an instant later, Kanan hurried past him in the workroom. Maria had collapsed on the floor and now Kanan was beside her. In panic, Kanan rushed into the workroom as well. "Stay back," shouted the others as he tried to huddle around the fallen girl. "Please don't be what I think this is. Had the virus gone symptomatic?" 2 hours ago, Stanley had told Kano that Maria was infected. Uh-oh. This is not good. He'd also said that her symptoms wouldn't develop for another 4 hours. Shouldn't they still have gone for 2 more hours? Shouldn't there be 2 more hours left, I mean? Maria looked like she was dead. Her eyes closed, her body's motionless. Itami tried to approach despite Kanan's warning. "Maria!" he cried. "Maria, what's wrong?" Kano held his arms wide to hold her back. Your sister had been infected with the Ua virus. The Ua virus? Itami's face went pale. "Hey," Kano said to Kanan, should you really be that close? If she's developed symptoms. But Kanan didn't move from Maria's side. He calmly rested her hand on the other girl's forehead. "There's no fever," she said. "No blood coming from her ears, no lymph swelling. I'll be alright, she hasn't gone symptomatic yet." "In that case, why'd she collapse?" "I'm not sure. Whatever the case, if we don't get her that antiviral, she's done for. Then we have to get to the lab right away." She was trembling with anxiety. "No, that is not an option." Our son was grave. "You may have already been aware, Miss Osawa, but without a password we can't access the antiviral storage." "But when I went there, my father and Mr. Tanaka..." "Mamoru Tanaka is dead. Murdered." "What?" She stared at him uncomprehendingly. "No, that can't be true. He was a member of the crime syndicate family. It's possible they killed him in order to silence him." "So then there's no way to save my sister?" There was a hollow look in Hitomi's eyes. "No, I won't accept that. Why? Why can't we help her?" But no one had an answer. Hunter gritted his teeth and hung his head. Why did it have to come to this? He'd come this far, but there was nothing he could do, and he hated himself for it. "I'll go to the laboratory." It was Kanan. Electronic lock breaking is my specialty. Wait. The young man Achi spoke up suddenly. "So you're a martial arts badass, but your specialty is lock breaking?" He looked positively dumbstruck. Kanan ignored him, thinking out loud. Brute forest, side channel, shortcut. Given the situation, I think I have to go with side channel. Side channel? Stanley asked. "Where's your equipment?" "One of the lab PCs will suffice. I could connect to a special server from the net." Bro, how does she know how to do all this? "I don't really understand the stuff you're saying, but I trust you to handle this. I mean, you did risk your life to save Hitami from the minivan explosion." Kanan nodded. "I have to warn you in advance though. Crypt analysis can take hours and still yield no results. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to get the doors unlocked before Maria develops symptoms." "I understand," Hitomi said. Achi nodded too. No one present had any objections. What? All of a sudden, there was a curious sound from somewhere in the room. "What's that?" Kano asked. "What's making that noise?" He looked around the workroom. The fuck? What is that? Get it out of my head. That's my computer. Daisuke hurried to his desktop. The bank of monitors, which had been displaying surveillance camera footage from around Shibuya, had gone all black. What the hell? Uh-oh. What's going on, Dad? Achi joined in, his father staring at the computer screens. It's all gone. Your camera footage has been deleted. Daisuke blinked in disbelief. Now then. Seems our main cast has all been assembled. A man's voice, distorted by a voice modulator, suddenly emerged from the computer speakers. A moment later, the monitors all began to display view inside of the workroom. Dad, what the hell is this? Someone's broken through our firewall. They've hijacked surveillance camera system. The color drained from Dicey's face as he looked at the screens. Where are they filming us from? Kano asked, scanning from the inside the room. He used the image on the monitors to guess where the camera might be located. Over here? The lens of the camera set atop the computer monitor glimmered like an eye. It's you guys! It's me! What's going on? Da-na-na-na-na. Stare champ, stare. They're just that's actually what's going on. Stare champ. The gang. It was a miniature camera used for web conference and the like. Now that Maria and Hitami are both there, you probably have surmised the situation at hand. And so I offer a proposal. The laboratory password in exchange for Hitami's blood. Realizing now that it was Alphard's voice they were hearing, everyone in the room froze. At 7 o'clock, roughly 1 hour from now, see that Hitami Osawa is waiting at the scramble intersection outside Shibuya Station. Just like this morning. Unless, of course, you're feeling particularly confident. You do have Kanan with you. Perhaps you'd care to take a gamble on her lock-breaking skills instead. Gasp. Kanan clucked her tongue in frustration. Alphard had known exactly what the plan was. Of course, if Kanan isn't able to get the door open in time, what will you do then? Maria's sure to die, yes? That's not all. You agreed to my offer. Have that means of creating another Maria and a third. These infectees will spread the virus through Tokyo, and the death toll will likely number in hundreds of thousands. So you think carefully before you decide. Alphard's voice was chillingly matter-of-fact. I will appear at the rendezvous in person. After all, why would he appear in person? We'll have snipers on him. Sussy. After all, it wouldn't do for the star of the show to miss the final curtain. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. All of you then. Silence fell. Then the images of the computer monitor returned to normal. The surveillance camera footage came back online as well. Daisuke promptly yanked on the Ethernet cable and slammed his fist on the keyboard. Damn it! There was a hole in the firewall. I have to redo my security from the ground up. Good call, Kanan said calmly. We can't win if our intel keeps getting leaked. Suddenly pursed his lips in consternation. What do we do? Kanan asked him. Do you give in to his demand? I mean, do you really expect him just to go blissfully or do you really expect he's just going to blissfully show up like that? He's practically begging for us to come and catch him. There had to be some deeper plan at work. This is getting fucking good. If it means saving my sister, I'll do it. Itami was resolute. No, Stanley said, you can't. What? Why not? Because if you do, you'll be killed. What? Itami's voice caught her in her throat. With the antivirus still present in your body, a week after fact, you're too much of a liability for Alfred to just let go. He's right, don't do it, Achi exclaimed. Itami, you can't go. Even still, I want to do it. Itami stared defiantly at Stanley. You still want to go, even knowing that you'll be killed? Just can't sit in here and hope that Kanan is able to pull this off, she said. I want to do something for my sister. I want to save her. He peered down at Maria, sprawled on the floor. He'd object to me going, I'm sure of that. But I want to do what I can. Do things my way. No one tried to contradict her this time. She's willing to take the risk, then there are things the rest of you can do too. It was Kanan again. Let's hear it, Kana replied. He squared his shoulders. He was the same mind as Hitami. He couldn't do nothing and just leave it all to Kanan. After everything had been through, he wanted to stick with this case until the very end. Apprehend Alphard at the rendezvous and demand a password from him. Kanan offered the suggestion as if it were a simple task. That lets you get what you want without putting Hitami in danger. But isn't that obvious? He'd have a plan for that. Right? There's no way he would not have a plan for that. This plan, I don't know. I don't know. That lets you get what you want without putting him in danger. Connor let us sigh. Hold on, he said. Even if we do arrest him, how are we going to get him to cough up the password? We don't have time to drag him off to the interrogation room. Besides, he doesn't strike me as the sort to offer confession that easily. There are ways, Kanan said. Once Safard has made contact with Hitami, call my cell phone. Hitami tilted her head. Rank 127. Call you. I have plenty of information Alfard might want to bargain for. I can negotiate with him directly. Kano considered Kanan's proposal. I see. So we'll try both options. Attempt to hack the password at the lab and also try to negotiating with Alfard. That gives us 2 chances. With that tiny ray of hope, Hitomi's face brightened some. We'll split into 2 groups, one for lab and one for Shibuya Station, Kanan said. Let's exchange phone numbers so we could get in touch when the time comes. The group quickly shared contact info as suggested. Is this like the Avengers right here? Hitami and Kanan called one another's phones to be sure. Hitami's cheerful ringtone felt out of place, but somehow soothing, a fragment of normalcy in the midst of crisis. Oh, guess we're all set then, Hitami said. Looking down at the LCD screen, her expression turned apologetic. Sorry, Kanan, for having to keep putting things on you. Hey, Kanan replied. Don't worry about it. Okay, now I guess I should call my father. Hitami called Kenji Osawa. Ooh. Asking him to let Maria and Kanan into the lab. Alright, now we're going... Dude, all 3 parts are actually pretty fucking good. All 3 parts are actually pretty fucking good. Tanaka had to give an eye his password. Osawa's last chance had gone up in smoke. He allowed a long, shaky brace and shut his eyes. Was it true? Was there nothing more he could do? Osawa's cell phone rang. When he saw the name on the incoming call display, he shouted out loud. It was Hitami. Hitami? Bro, does that sound like this to you? Does that sound like... It sounded like this. Yes. Puerto Rican to begin. I. It was Hitami. Hitami. You alright? Please tell me you're alright. Yeah, I'm fine. But Maria's... Maria? Is Maria there with you? Osawa's heart leaped. Dad. There isn't any time for me to explain everything, so I'll have to just give you the main points. This is so we can save my sister, so just stay calm and listen. Osawa struggled to hold back the 1,000 questions that immediately came boiling to his mind. There's a girl named Kanan who's going to bring Maria to the lab. She's going to try to hack the password in order to get us inside. Docomo Cellular Services? Docomo... Wait, hold on. Just what in the world is going on? There are a bunch of people here working to help us save Maria. Can you wait for us at the lab, Dad? I'm not sure the electronic lock is something that'll be easy to. We've got another plan in motion too, and if that goes well, we might be able to learn the password. It was all too much for him to follow, but Osawa realized he'd have to take Hitami at her word. It was their only hope of saving Maria. Alright, he said. I'll do as you asked. But... You said you're trying 2 approaches. You're not gonna be in danger, are you? No, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Okay. Very well, I'm heading to the laboratory now. You can't. What? You can't go. What is this bitch doing? The moment Osawa hung up and started for the house, I clung to him from behind. If you use the antivirus now, she said, everything will go public. There's no way we can keep the virus or antivirus under wraps at this point. Osawa tried to pull free. His wife was stronger than he'd expect. Besides, if Maria infects other people, the world was going to find out in a matter of hours. No, we could just quarantine her. If it's handled correctly, we'll still be able to retain secrecy. His voice was as cold as ice. The worst, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely the worst character in this game. Do you have any idea what you're saying right now? I do. I know how it sounds, but this is the only thing I can. Her voice trailed off. He could feel the force of her trembling where she held him. Have I really put you into that much of a corner? Osawa slipped from Ai's arms and prostrated himself on the ground in front of her. I'm sorry. I'm truly, truly sorry. Oh, stop this. Get up. If you're really sorry, then don't go to that lab. But Osawa remained silent, his forehead pressed to the dirt. If you use that antiviral without corporate approval, your time with Okashi is finished. That doesn't matter to me anymore. How can you say that? Virology is the only thing you ever cared about. I began pummeling his back. Maybe virology is all that I care about. I don't know the first thing about anything else. I never wanted to know. Never even thought to find out. Never bothered to learn what you or my children might think. I'm a failure. As a father and a husband. How dare you say that only after it's come to this? I struck him again, harder than before. You're right. He gasped words between her blows. Maybe this has been too long coming. But it's not too late. I can still start over. Start over? He paused in disbelief. You already turned down that American job. If you use that antiviral now, there won't be any starting over. You'll lose everything. Will I lose you too? After you've gone and thrown everything else away like this? How could I possibly stay with you? I sobbing softly now. I don't wonder what her tears were for. But there was one thing he did know. He was right. They couldn't be together anymore. He got to his feet and headed back into the house, leaving Ai behind. She has that Karen cut anyways. Karen looking ass. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. He hurried through the back entrance and went into the garage. Climbed into his car, fastened his seatbelt, and took a deep breath. The image of a younger Maria arose in the back of his mind. There she was at the park, getting drenched by the rain. Holding back her tears as she waited for her father. Wait for me, Maria. This time I'm gonna come for you. I was wrong. Going to the lab wouldn't mean losing everything. He let too many important things slip through his fingers. Now it was time to take them back. Get it, Osawa. Get it! Oh, whoop. Osawa pulled his car into the street and sped toward the laboratory. As it should signal that long day was drawing to a close, the dazzling sun sank down between the buildings in the distance. It's time to... That's the end of Kenji's story? Bro, Kenji's story started off so boring, but ended so right. Let's go, Kenji. Yes, sir. That's what we want to see. Yes, Kenji, yes. That's the shit we want to see. That's my boy. Alright, we need a... Tiyama heard his brown muttered under his breath. Huh. That's not right. Tanaka. Huh. No, not that. It was something else. Just then, television cafe switched over. Yeah. There we go. Let's finish up these two and then we'll call it a day. And I think... The finale might be tomorrow, but... Yeah. It might be tomorrow. We might go into finish. Okay, I guess I should call my father. Hitami called Kenji Osawa on his cell, asking him to let Maria and Kanan into the lab. Kano leaned in to whisper to Kanan's ear. Are you sure you're okay with this? With what? I know you're after Alfred. Are you sure you want to go to the lab and not? Right now, I want to save Maria. That's what I want. Right now. Her tone was as curt and mechanical as ever, but there was a fierce gleam of determination in her eyes. Maria was clearly someone very special to her. Alright, Connor replied. Leave Alfred to me. He thumped himself on the chest. Last for me. Alright, Cole. Thanks for hosting, by the way. He succeeded this time, no matter what the odds. Or he will succeed this time. Connor could scarcely recall the whirlwind of events that had brought him here. He somehow survived a dozen disasters. Even now, a dear friend was in the hospital at risk of dying. There were times he'd been ready to give up. And yet, at the end of it all, here he was. His opponent was an international terrorist. No matter how you looked at it, that wasn't a matchup for a mere detective. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Rumi, Shizuo, Tasayama, and Tatano. I'm gonna take down Alfred and save Maria Osawa's life. Just you watch and see. Bro, this shit cold. He cold as fuck right now, bruh. The boy's cold as hell right now. Alright. Now, this is the last one. We need to finish Achi's. Pretty sure Achi is literally the same thing as Kano, so. Okay. Space stay back, Kanon shut as Achi tried to approach. It looked like Maria had fallen unconscious. Achi's heart was racing. Okay, we know this part literally saw in Kano, so. An eerie silence fell over the room. For several seconds, no one saw a word. Their eyes all fixed on Maria. Finally, Kanan looked up, her face ashened. It's starting. Dang. Thank God it didn't repeat it. Thank God. Good to be continued. Good. And then we just played it all on the fucking cons part. Great. Bro, this shit is crazy right now. Actually. For real. On God. Is this the finale? The final chapter? Chapter 8? I'm sorry, Susan A. The U is out now. Bro, this game is fucking good. Mr. Mino, answer me. You meet at last, Alfred. You can go ahead and kill me. Dude, I see Tatsuno, I see fucking... This is a 2-hour long... It says 18 to 20. This is a 2-hour long one. Oh, we can't do Achi's yet. Achi's kept out. Bro, fuck. We have only Minorca and Kano. Oh, man. Do we call it here? You are for the room. Thank you, Cold. Do we call it here and do this tomorrow? But I actually, it's a 2-hour finale. I do not think I can finish this tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it's only 3 storylines. I'll go on for another hour. This shit's getting real good. I got to. Let me just do this first, though. $72 out of 100 matches done. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Let's go. Okay. Almost there. Let me get all my shenanigans. I think we will continue for a little bit, honestly, because I know, we can't finish it tomorrow, but I don't think even if we continue here, we'll still finish this tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep going. Holy night. This shit's good right now. I can't stop here. I'm literally bricked up at this story, dude. Alright. Let's do Kanos. Because this chapter, probably the final chapter, Goes 2 hours instead of the average 1 hour. So I'm assuming it's the last. Hano's cell phone rang. He saw Kuze's name on the display. Hano speaking. What the hell are you doing? The director's voice was short irritation. What's the situation with Maria Osawa? I have her in custody, sir. We need to get her into quarantine immediately. I'll send a counter NBC terrorism unit to pick her up. What's your location? Sir. The situation is a little complicated at the moment. He and Stanley made eye contact. Hano gave him a knowing nod he knew that he needed to do here. He briefly informed Kuze of the plan to take Maria into the laboratory. People? Is that a people box and what else? TV mask and a hazmat? Why does it look so right? The laboratory, but was careful not to mention Alphard. Please, sir. Bowing, Kano said, bowing reflexively on the phone. Let me handle this. Absolutely not, Kuze claimed. There's no way I can allow that. Maria Osawa needs to go in quarantine right now. Fuck you, Kuze. Sir, please just give me a little more time. Giving her the antivirus was the only way we can save her. If you put her in quarantine, it'll just be a death sentence. Kuze let out a growl of frustration. Kano, this isn't your decision to make. Kano had run out of arguments. Why does your... Wait, never mind. People box. There it is. It was clear that Kuze's only concern was stopping the spread of the virus. Kuze, are you just gonna let Maria Osawa die? You can't put the lives of everyone in Shibuya at risk in order to save a single person. I know that, sir. That's why I'm asking you, please let me go to this laboratory. If it looks like we're not gonna be able to back or hack the password, then at that point, a quarantine can... Kano! Kuze snapped. What are you trying to do, Cold? I mean, I think you're getting it right. I see it right on my screen. I'm giving you an order, unless you're trying to pair it up on the screen. What the hell? And I'm not accepting the order. Listen, Kuze said, how many years have you been a cop? What do you mean by that, sir? How far can you combo this fucking, like... How far can you emote combo? This is not layer up on my chat only for me. Really? I see it for me. I don't know. Kuze didn't reply. Is this an order from up top? What's going on here, sir? Please, I need some kind of explanation. Stop it, Kuze said. You sound like a child. This is a dereliction of duty. Call me a child if you want, but I'm not following an order that I know isn't right. Bitch. I can see Yosori's emotes layered up. Kano punched the end call button with his thumb. From a Jutsu standpoint, maybe Kuze was right. You need to think about more than just Maria. The UA virus spread through Shibuya, it would be a nightmare of epic proportions. Kano understood that perfectly clear. Still. He looked down at Maria's face as she lay collapsed on the floor. The girl was still alive, and Kano couldn't just stand by idly and let a living, breathing person die. Consequences would be damned. He wasn't going to be the one to weigh the worst of someone's life. I refresh chat. Alright, cool. As he stood clutching his cell phone, Stanley gently set a hand on his shoulder. You did fine, he said quietly. Bro, how did Stanley become... Two characters, Kajiwada and Stanley, in the beginning were like complete like assholes and like, you know, just annoying. Not annoying, but they were just assholes. Or weird. And annoying. Just a 180-degree turn. He did fine, he said quietly. Offered his position of the UA virus, the people of Shibuya are already in danger. He may have already released virus in the city. If he hasn't, he may do so at any time. Right now, what we need to do is get that antivirus and arrest Alfred. Arrest him. You made the right choice here. Thanks, Stanley. I appreciate hearing that. Stanley gave Kano a slap on the back. He was right. At this point, they need to focus on the things they could still accomplish. So guys, Hachi stepped forward. She's gonna take Hitomi's sister and Kanan to the lab. Maria is in no condition to walk, so they were going to have to take a car. Which meant that they needed a driver. I only have a motorcycle, Hachi said. And I don't know where the lab is anyhow. I should go with Maria alone. And I looked over at the others. No way of knowing for sure when she might become contagious. We shouldn't needlessly risk exposing more people to infection. Kanan's smart. I mean, it sounds weird, a little sussy at a time like this, I'll be honest. But she's bright. She knelt down to gather Maria in her arms. In that case, I should drive. Kano whirled around to the sound of a new voice behind him. Who is that? No! It's him! Tatano! Oh god, Tatano was standing in the doorway. You! Hachi's face went in rage. Wait, what? You! Hachi snarled. In the doorway stood the man with the cane. Detective Tatano. Tatano. Kano and Daisuke spoke simultaneously. Now at last, Hachi had the name for his assassin. It was the name he felt he'd heard somewhere before. You son of a bitch, Hachi! Roared. What the hell are you doing here? Tatano bowed and his head profusely. I'm truly sorry. You're sorry? Sorry doesn't cut it, man. After what you were trying to do with Hitomi? I don't expect you to forgive me. I intend to turn myself in to be punished for my crimes. But before I do that, please let me do what I can to help you. I think you helped enough. Hachi grabbed Tatano by the collar and drew back his fist. Tatano moved to stop him, but Tatano held up a hand. No. It's alright, let him do as he pleases. There's no trace of menacing expression the man had worn in their previous encounters. Hachi scowled but lowered his fist, then released his hold on Tatano's collar. Fine. Hitomi's sister needs help, so we do need a driver right now. Make sure those two get to the lab back and safely. Wait, lab and back safely. That'll make up for the punch I didn't give you just now. Thank you. I'm so sorry. As she stepped forward. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I'm the one who got you caught up in all this. Daisuke. We really didn't grow up to be very good people, did we? I guess not. The two men stared bleakly at each other, shoulders slumped. In the end, Tatano said, I guess we were trying to just run away from our pain. Yeah, I didn't expect my own son to be the one to teach me that. Hachi's turned out to be a fine young man. He is Kotone's boy, after all. Guys, Hachi stepped into the middle of their solemn heart-to-heart. You can get all sappy. You can get sappy all you want. You can get sappy all you want later, Dad. It's all over. We're going to see Suzune, okay? Sure. Daisuke nodded heartily. This is the Avengers. Hold on, Kano spoke up, turning to Stanley. If these two take Marie to the lab, that just leaves us two to apprehend Alphard down at the scramble. Is that going to be enough? I mean, Alphard's not going to show up without a plan. The more people we have on our side, the better, and I doubt we'll be able to get any help from the police. Good point, Stanley agreed. Agreed. Hey, Hachi said. I'm here too. And I'm going with you. I'll keep Hitomi safe. Oh, look. Good news, Kano. Now we have 3 people. Stanley let out a sardonic laugh. Kano frowned. Hachi, appreciate the offer, but having 3 people instead of 2 won't make much of a difference. When you're not sure of the enemy's exact plan, you really need strength in numbers. You could just set up a dragnet like the task force did this morning. That'd be ideal, but... Come on, Detective, Hachi said. Don't you have any ideas what sort of approach the Psycho might take? I feel like Hachi's gonna go to the SOS. Hachi's gonna go to the SOS and ask the homies for the help. And then the homies gonna ride on. If I were Alfred Condomuse, then I suppose my biggest problem would be figuring out how to get away after I'd taken Hitomi's blood. Stanley not in agreement. I'm betting he plans to involve the Ua virus, he said. For instance, he tells us to set up a device somewhere to spread the virus through Shibuya and prevents us from taking action against him. Achi swallowed hard. I want to unleash a killer virus in Shibuya? If he succeeded, then the town Achi had known and loved all his life would become a graveyard. I'm gonna stop at the next choice, by the way. I'm getting hungry. Of course, that's a mere conjecture, Stanley murmured. Quite frankly, even I can only guess what he's going to do. His expression was grim. Strength in numbers, huh? Achi said. So you're saying we absolutely need more people, is that it? Essentially, yes, Stanley replied. But not just anyone, mind. If it's not a group that meshes well, it'll hinder more than help. Kana folded his arms across his chest, he looked perplexed. People who mesh together, huh? Achi had an idea. The police? He could ask SOS. If there was anything he could do, it was that. It was his selfish request, he knew that. Wait, wasn't that the choice? Fuck. I guess we stop it there. We will stop there, but Achi will ask the SOS. Achi will ask the SOS. And I think we're gonna stop it here for now. But what a good chapter that last chapter was. We stopping? Yeah. I'm getting hungry. And my voice is burning out, but I think we are on the final chapter for sure. I mean, I think. I don't know. And tomorrow, depending... I think we'll finish tomorrow. I'm gonna try to finish tomorrow. But the story is getting insanely good. God damn. Squirrel, hope you had a nice night. Thank you for chilling. Whew. Yeah. Hungry. What's up, fellers? We are stopping. God damn. I think we can finish just... I mean, just for the fact that, like... we only have to do 3 stories now instead of like 5. And I'll just keep going beyond like my usual time. But yeah. Anyways. Anything else I need to say? I don't know. Hope you guys had a good time. Squirrel, Cold, Yosore. Appreciate you guys for chilling here. That was chilling fun as always. Thank you, Squirrel. Thank you. Hope your art's going well. Your diamond painting. But let's see. Friday will be Filler Friday. Gonna try to finish this up on tomorrow, I guess. For real. What's up, Troy? Thank you too, bro, for lurking. I do want to play, what's it called? I do want to play Fall Guys again, Loki. Listen, just working on DN. You're working on these nuts, bruh. If we happen to finish on... we happen to finish on Tuesday, Thursday, because I'm taking a break for Wednesday. Thursday... We'll probably start Pokemon for that time being, because I do want to start next. I do want to redo that like Nuzlocke again. Oh champ! I don't know what game we're playing after Pokemon though. I had a few games in mind, but I don't know anymore. Maybe I will still play them, but we'll see. You'll see. Let's see now. For real. Pause chamo. Pause chomp. What are we pausing? What's that a pause? Okay, anyways. I'm gonna leave it here. Pause champ. Well, also, maybe I'll stream my polls tomorrow. For the new, like, World Flipper banner. I'll see. Pausing for Fall Guys. Oh, Fall Guys. Sorry, sometimes I forget what I say. I have this weird, like, short-term memory loss. But here we are. Alright, guys. I'm outie. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same shit. You guys know the drill. Might be the finale tomorrow. Stay tuned for the ending. Let's see how it's gonna end after all these weeks. What is gonna happen? Good night, everyone. Night Squirrel. Viola goes here. Bye, Cold. Night Yosere. Night Troy. Anyone else was also in here right now? I see Crypto lurking. Anyone else is in here? A little tired. But yeah. Reading is exhausting, guys. Reading is exhausting. Bye. Pet. Everyone have a good night. That night. Bye-bye. Pee-pee. Pee-pee-poo-poo. Alright. Night, guys.